Hey, we're rambling after dark. It's
Ramble After
another
Dark.
Ramble Radio, Eddie. This one,
Ramble Radio
this
After
is
Dark.
episode 338. How about that? 338. How about that? Isn't that great?
338. 338.
338.
Now, we weren't around last week to up
We
those numbers.
weren't. So I had my no. Our numbers have plummeted.
Plummeted.
Our episode numbers have plummeted. Our
We are the
ratings
Ron
have
DeSantis
plummeted.
campaigns of podcasts.
Is that the is that the Mendoza line for political polling? Is it the DeSantis? Is that the Mendoza line?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Are you above? Is this guy above, or is this person above or below the DeSantis line? And does that like that? How much do they matter at that point?
Oh.
It's and you think it's just you and I?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it?
I mean, his girl's been a bit of a punchline lately. And
bit.
Showing porn on the house floor.
Calling for Civil War II. I mean, it's
calling for Civil War II. Basically, having her words being used for a brand new Joe Biden ad. I mean,
it's not good right now.
He's
scrambling.
We got a lot to talk about because I've had family in town. That's why we haven't been able to ramble.
It's been hard to ramble.
This week, I still have family in town.
Well, because they abandoned your nephew, right?
They abandoned my nephew. They were like, fuck him. They fucked up his flight. He didn't fly back home with everyone else. He had to wait like 4 more days.
Yeah.
So they fucked up so I'm babysitting still. And I mean, though, he's much, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm entertaining. I'm hosting. He can't stay with us because he's deathly allergic to cats. So he's with Andrea's parents. And so I'm just going over every day. And so that's why I haven't really been streaming. And then we have a show Wednesday night at the Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego.
Starman in the Amazon live.
Starman in the Amazon live in person. And so this is most likely going to be the only ramble this week. We're sorry.
Sorry.
Start off by saying that.
We're sorry. We will reboot this podcast on Monday, next Tuesday.
Tuesday, where it's
much the way
back in
Ron DeSantis is rebooting his campaign.
Back to the drawing board with him. It's going to happen.
Rebooting ours.
We're going to reboot. But so this might go longer than the It might go shorter.
Who knows? We could end it right now. If we did, we're still 338.
Why are you mad at us?
I don't know. I don't know.
I would like to say, because this is for the Chucky Bob Phil. Still your king of the hill. He's still your king of the. I mean, so do we these fucking people it, or
does a bye week count? Does a bye week count as a title?
I don't know.
Week?
If a bye week exactly,
because he had a bye week last week. He didn't have to defend it.
A mini bye week this week.
Yeah, he's not really having to defend it too much.
There's not many attackers. Coming after him. So
this is like a Hogan title reign in the early '80s, where
who's coming at him?
Who's coming at him?
There's no intimidation.
He's defending it 4 times a year on the pay-per-views, and that's
Once he beat Andre, that was it.
Maybe the odd Saturday night's main event, but it's not.
Right. But is that can we digress?
Digress away.
Is that how great Macho Man was? That he was a legit threat after Hogan beat Andre?
Yeah.
Madness was a legitimate threat to Hogan.
Yeah.
I mean I was.
Well, it was, because I think he got a lot of heat after that. Him and Steamboat put on that show on WrestleMania 3. Yep. And I think they saw the writing on the wall, like, hey, we got to push this guy. Yeah. And Hogan is getting up there in years, and we need someone to take the mantle. And so that's why they did the whole tournament. But then I don't think it kind of went as the way McMahon thought it was going to, and then you end up putting it back on Hogan a year later at WrestleMania 5.
Yeah.
And then they tried the Warrior at WrestleMania 6, and we know how bad the Warrior was. We know what people had to...
many times so bad Sergeant Slaughter had to turn Al-Qaeda.
And Iron Sheik had to go to Iraq.
He went Iranian to Iraq.
Which, if you know anything about Iran and Iraq...
That's one of the more racist moves.
That's bigger than going American Al-Qaeda.
It really is.
That really is. That's unthinkable.
That's how much of a...
To this day, I think that's the only person to ever go Iran, Iraq. I don't think anyone else has ever done it. Who else has done that?
Who else? So my my family's still here.
Yeah.
And they were here all last week, Eddie. And we did something we went to a baseball game here.
Ooh.
Saw the
Angels game?
play the Astros. And
Oh.
can I say, Otani's something. There's something.
He's Babe Ruth, practically.
It's weird. Like, I've been to baseball. I'm trying to think of the biggest baseball players I've seen live, because baseball's not my favorite sport.
Yeah.
So I haven't gone to, but I saw Nolan Ryan pitch when he was a Ranger.
Yeah.
That was pretty electric.
Yeah. I saw Griffey Sr. and Jr. play at the same time.
That's incredible.
I saw that happen.
I saw A-Rod play.
Yeah.
That was cool. But, dude, there's an energy when Otani steps up to the plate that just, even the Astros fans were like kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everyone kind of like, oh, what's this guy going to do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, even because there's we were sitting where all the Astros fans were, and all of them, every time they kind of stood up like, oh shit, what's this guy going to do?
Yeah.
And sure enough, he hit a home run. It was amazing to see him hit a home run. Like, it was fucking unbelievable. But yeah, there's that.
Where does he end up playing? Who ends up paying him all that money at some point? It's not going to be the Angels, right?
The Texas Rangers. I'm calling it right now.
You think Texas
to
Rangers are going to pull the A-Rod from the early 2000s and back that truck up?
But now they actually have competent management that they did not have in the early 2000s. Like, they might actually put a team around him, God forbid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, they're first place right now.
Yeah.
Imagine what he could do. Woo! But we all know he'll be a Yankee or a Dodger.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
It's either East Coast or West Coast. It's going to be one of the two.
He's going to be a Yankee or a Dodger. It was fucking amazing to see him play. So that's what I did. And then we saw the Barbie movie.
Nice. I want to see that. I saw Oppenheimer. I got to see Barbie.
You got to do them both now.
Yeah, I know.
You got to get
Oppenheimer was good. Long. I mean, I'm not a Nolan fan. I'm not a big Nolan fan anyway.
Yeah. Remember during Dunkirk when we just looked at each other like, "What is this going to end soon?"
Like, I'm sick of the clock ticking. Can you stop the clock ticking?
They're just going to make Thomas Hardy land a plane for 2 hours. Is that what this is?
It's not my favorite Nolan film.
I didn't like Dunkirk at all.
This might be my favorite Nolan film, possibly.
Still think Memento holds that. Trophy.
Memento. Yeah, fuck yeah. I haven't seen Memento in a long. I really liked it when I first saw it. That's when I thought I was going to be a Nolan fan when I first saw that.
Me too.
But it's been so long since I've seen
that. Batman? Oh
yeah.
God, it'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
And
but
I like
Oppenheimer's good.
I liked Batman Begins. I enjoyed it when I first saw it. I thought the home run was the end with the Joker card.
Yeah.
That he's got a flair for the theatric, just like you. I was like,
and then, The Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight Rises.
That was bad. That was just not good.
Yeah. And then,
What is he? Wait, has he just done those movies? No, he's done more.
He's done a few more, right?
He's done Memento, The Three Batmans,
Dunkirk, Oppenheimer.
Is that it?
No, he's done something else.
The stupid one with Leonardo DiCaprio and The Dreaming, Inception.
Oh, fucking Inception.
Dude,
I forgot about Inception.
Can I tell you my theory about how Inception was made?
Okay.
Christopher Nolan was talking like his brother or one of his buddies. And he goes, I don't know, dude. What if we just picture this shit like a fucking choo-choo train going through the middle of traffic? And they're like, all right, how do we do this? I'm gonna make a movie about dreams, man.
Dreams, man. And then we're gonna end it, and you don't know if it's still a dream or not.
But it's like pretty obvious he's dreaming. But we're gonna end it. It's like,
but that top's gonna keep spinning.
That was part of that weird everything is happening in DiCaprio's head run that he had with the Shutter Island and Inception. It was like a weird. Remember that where DiCaprio had that mini run.
Well, he came out of Titanic, and everybody's like, okay, this guy's gonna be the next Ben Affleck. Like take literally like every romantic comedy role. Like he's gonna do. But he went the opposite of what Affleck did. Affleck did the thing where it's like, oh, you shouldn't have done all that stuff.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have done reindeer games and everything, Force of Nature and everything stuff.
Move.
He did. He did like, what is that? The Beach is what he did.
Beach. Then he starts doing they were talking about putting him as Spider-Man. Then he was, but no, he the Gangs in New York. Then 88.
Yeah. He started doing real strange shit, which was good because I think it gave him longevity.
Right. I still have to see The Revenant. I hear that's great.
I never saw that either.
No, but I just didn't like the trailer when he was. All right, this is because Andrea loves this movie. She's asleep, I think, so I can say this. But I didn't like the trailer when he was like, "He killed me, so I'm gonna kill him." Where he just sounded like Yosemite Sam. You know, it was just like this weird.
And they just did the 2 6 guns in the air. He killed me. I'm gonna kill him.
I'd be better movie
if he's got a giant red mustache.
If it's a Yosemite Sam origin story. The Revenant.
And the wolf ends up being Bugs Bunny.
Right, it's Bugs the bear, or whatever that fucking.
Or the bear, or whatever he fucking had to kill.
If the Revenant
Yosemite
Sam, or I'm sorry, but now I'm listening. Now I'm all right.
He kills the animal. What was it? The bear, whatever, at the end, and like he's covered in blood, but then the blood like stains his mustache, and he turns to the camera, and he's got the big red mustache, and that's where you end the movie. You know, he's become Yosemite Sam.
Oh God! He's got the red. And then before he turns around, like some family goes, "That bear killed my pappy. He'd have wanted you to have this. It's like a giant yellow hat that he puts it on. It's massive."
He takes his 6 guns and fires them in the ground, and it lifts him up off the air. Does he still win the Academy Award?
How big of a pop? If you don't know going into it, you have no idea.
And there's no hint of it up until the final scene that he turns into Yosemite.
It's the same movie.
He just gets the hat and the mustache.
How big is the pop in the theater, Eddie?
I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind.
It has got to be the biggest.
Could you imagine all the what the fuck is happenings that would be out?
What did I just fucking watch?
The Yosemite Sam origin story?
Wait a minute. This shit was 2.5 hours of just, he turns into Yosemite Sam. Oh, you and that's the last line of dialogue.
Darn.
Oh, darn man, look, we have tarnation in the Oh, are you? I weep.
I stand up and applaud. I think I'm standing up. This is the greatest.
It's a Dead Poet Society. We just slowly all stand up on our seats.
You did it. You did it.
You fucking did it.
You fucking did it. The origin story we didn't know we wanted or needed.
Here it is. Yosemite Sam. I'm sorry, that makes it Revenant 1,000 times better. He didn't kill me, so I'm gonna kill him. Oh, where that red rabbit?
Puts the hat on.
Turns around. Oh shit.
So how was Barbie?
Fucking really fun.
Yeah.
It's funnier when
you didn't go the Ben Shapiro route with it.
No, I didn't. I disagreed.
You can maintain an erection and please your girlfriend.
Yes, and I disagreed with that Alvin and the Chipmunk sounding motherfucker, and I was like, no, it was fine. I'll tell you the funniest moment of the movie. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But Ken's a villain, and Gosling is hilarious.
Yeah.
He should get nominated at least. And there's this moment when he's having this like earnest scene to Barbie, and he wants to sing her a song by the beach, and he takes out his guitar and he starts strumming these chords. I'm like, I know this song. Where have I heard this? And dude, Andre and I and everyone like 35 and older in the theater just started dying laughing Because he just, well, I don't know if I ever been good enough, but I'm a little bit, I want to push you around. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, one of my top 5 most hated song of the 90s gets made into a punchline, and it's perfect. Yeah, it's a good flick. I got to see. You saw Oppenheimer.
I saw Oppenheimer. I went the other way.
Your thoughts on the Ops?
Again, I'm not a huge Nolan fan. This might be. I think it's probably up there with Memento as my favorite film of his. If I have to rank them,
right.
Third act I think is great. I think it's a great third act. Second act, it does drag. It's 3 hours, and you fill those 3 hours.
Right.
And it takes a while. The first act is just basically, to me anyway, it's just Nolan. Just like, I'm Christopher Nolan. I can do whatever I want.
Right.
I can drag this out to 8 hours if I want to, and you'll sit here and watch it.
And you'll take
like that sort of thing. It's very Tarantino in that way. They've both gotten to that point where it's like, we'll just
who's going to stop me?
Who's going to make me edit?
No.
Who's going to make me edit?
Stop me. So now,
but third act is phenomenal.
If you were a snarky film critic, you would not call it Stoppenheimer or Floppenheimer.
No.
All right.
I don't think it's a flop. I think it's a good movie.
Droppenheimer.
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the box office is going to keep going for it. Barbie will probably have another strong weekend. I'm sure Oppenheimer will probably drop off. It's not a hard watch. It's you got to pay attention to what's going on. It's not an easy watch, I guess to say.
Wow.
Downey Jr. is fucking phenomenal. Should be nominated. Cillian Murphy should be nominated.
You think they're both going to?
I think they'll both be nominated. You could probably even what's her face? Mary Poppins. What's her name? Emily
Blunt.
Emily Blunt. She should probably get nominated too. She was great. They were all the cast.
She plays the bomb.
Yeah, she's the bomb. They drop her over Japan. They were great. Performances were great. Like I said, the first 2 hours are a lot of setup and a lot of like, okay, get there. And that third hour after they make the bomb, and then it gets into what the story is really about, it really picks up. And it's a great third act, I thought.
Do they show the Hiroshima Nagasaki?
No, they talk about it. They talk because what you think the climax of the movie is not the dropping of the bomb.
Right.
It's a lot of like there's a build up to the making the bomb, and then like basically the whole third act is kind of like the fallout of what happened after.
Was he tried for war crimes or not?
He got his security clearance revoked because during the Red Scare they thought he was giving secrets to the Russians about the atomic energy program.
What we had already done.
Because they thought they were developing a hydrogen bomb. Right. And so there was he thought because the Los Alamos, that little town they were all in, all the scientists, they were like there has to be a spy in there somewhere because Russia now is doing what we are doing.
Oh shit. Wow.
So it comes down to a lot of that and you're kind of like and then you see his early roots in the first act of like he was never part of the Communist Party, but he had a lot of friends in the Communist Party in America, of the United States, before the Red Scare, when there were people actively in the Communist Party.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. It's interesting, and it's a good snapshot in time of the history of America, but it's a good movie. I don't think it's Floppenheimer.
I see it. Would it be...
It's long, though.
See, now, let's do a Revenant with Oppenheimer.
Okay.
If let's say they showed Hiroshima and Nagasaki and during the trials to lose his security clearance, they bring in Mickey Rooney from Breakfast at Tiffany's to be a witness against. Does that
he saw him at the communist parties?
Does that kill the movie if Mickey Rooney doing
he's the witness that comes in
doing the racist landlord from Breakfast at Tiffany's to talk about how awful the bomb was? Does that take you out? Are you like, oh, I can't do this?
We have a survivor from Hiroshima.
It's Mickey Rooney.
It's Mickey Rooney from Breakfast at Tiffany's.
How quick does that movie plummet? How quick does that movie just completely, like, what the fuck is happening? Is that Nolan's final, like, he can never make another movie again? What the fuck did you do? What has this guy done? So there we go. So we both like the two biggest movies of this few weeks.
Of the few weeks. I didn't love it. It's like I don't know if I'll see it again because it's a lot.
That's how I feel about. I'll probably see it again just because of Gosling. He was great, but I do want to see Oppenheimer. at least once in the theater.
I definitely enjoyed it more than Dunkirk. I'll give it that
Dunkirk
for sure.
was,
Dunkirk was. It was hard for me to watch Dunkirk.
God,
I was like, okay, I saw the story. Well, it's because you watched the same story 4 times. Like, okay, I got it. It's 4 different people seeing the story happening. I got it.
Dunkirk, you and I almost cut like a promo against it. We were so angry.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was.
Remember, we almost walked out too. I think that was where like.
Well, yeah, after like I think they finished the second version of the story, and then we're like, oh, we're starting this up again. Now it's the guys in the boat seeing the plane flying around. Like, I don't fucking give a shit anymore.
I don't care. It was just fucking brutal. Oh, I mean, now we move on to Eddie. Went to Comic-Con.
I did go to Comic-Con.
SDCC.
First time since we went in 2019.
Wow, it's been a minute.
It's been 4 years. Colton's first con. It was still fucking packed, still crowded.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that wasn't there is, there was like no big Hall H thing and none of that, the fun like studio stuff. But I guess not a lot of stars there, I suppose. But
you know what? I got to be honest. I know some people have been like, oh, it's good. It's coming back to its roots. That's bullshit. It's never going to go back to its roots.
No.
Its roots are like 40 people there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Its roots are just Autograph Alley. And you know what I mean? It's, and don't worry, we'll never make Superman a person of color. Like that was, those were its roots.
Yeah.
It's weird when people act like, oh, it's just become like fucking Star Wars debuted there.
Yeah.
So it's been that way for a minute.
Yeah, it's been serving the studio system for a while with the big budget, summer blockbusters. That's what it does. And
I love that.
So do I. I don't have a problem with
that. Did I tell you? I remember one time when I went, I got into Hall H.
Yeah, you told me that one time.
Because
you snuck in somehow.
No, I got in because the person I was with at the time was a massive Hunger Games fan, which should have been a red flag.
I don't know what more of a red flag you need.
I don't know what more I need than an adult who's into like a little kid's. I mean, and it's not even good.
Like unless she was just Hello Kitty all the time.
Right, yeah.
Like,
and she was like, she didn't want to go, like, I forgot what it was, but there was like a Hunger Games thing that Subway was running, a promotion. They were giving away posters.
Okay.
And she was like, can you go get me one? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I walk over to get, I'm like, hey, do you have any Hunger Games posters? And a Subway representative was right there. And she goes, are you a Hunger Games fan? I'm like, no, the person I'm with is massive. Well, we haven't found anyone who's been cosplaying as any of the characters. We're looking for a big Hunger Games fan so we can give him passes on Subway. Subway, the Eat Fresh was promoting
Home of Jared.
Home of Jared still, I think. That might have still been under that cloud. Now I feel bad. What some poor children had to go through for me to get into Hall H, and she was like, we just haven't found any Hunger Games fans. You're the first person who's asked specifically for Hunger Games memorabilia.
Okay.
And she goes, would you like passes to Hall H? You fuck out of your mind? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the only problem is once our event is finished, the Hunger Games was like whatever studio that was going to be showing like 3 or 4 things. You kind of have to fend for yourself because those tickets you can't use them. Those seats you can't have.
Right.
So during that panel, I'm just looking everywhere, and sure enough, I saw 2 people get up and leave like 2 rows behind me. So I'm like, fuck it. And I ran over. We were great, and we got to see Days of Future Past when they brought out all the X-Men.
Oh.
It was fucking amazing.
Dude. And that's a good X-Men movie too.
Yes, and then we saw the very, very end of Marvel. So Marvel, they showed the elevator scene from Winter Soldier.
Great scene.
If anybody wants to get out, now's your chance. It was
great scene.
Fucking incredible. They showed a whole thing for Thor Dark World, right? Which it was exciting as shit watching Thor get his hand cut off and then they showed the Guardians trailer.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what the fuck?
What the hell's happening?
And then by the end, everyone's like, oh, couldn't wait. And then they close with Joss Whedon comes out
Yeah.
And says, I don't have anything to say, but
I'm a piece of shit. I just want everybody to know that.
Shit. Hey, any women here I can fuck with? And he goes, I don't have anything to say, but I have something to add. And he walks off, and the whole place goes black. And it's just clips of all the Avengers. And it's just sound bites from the first movie, right?
Right.
And then the whole screen goes red. And I first thought they might be doing just a Marvel logo or something, you know? And then there's just more images of the Avengers. And then the red starts getting a little smaller and moving back. And the last thing you hear is Agent Hill say, don't worry, sir. They'll be back. We'll need them. And then it just turns into Ultron's head. And it says Avengers Age of Ultron. And dude, the whole play. I mean, my God, it was who didn't lose their fucking shit? You know what I mean? So I miss that. I love that stuff. I love that. I don't.
The floor was definitely more crowded this year because I think there was less people going to the panels and shit.
Right.
So the floor was packed constantly, at least the day we were there. But and the exclusives weren't as great as when we went. Like the toy exclusives. Like we went, we had there was a couple Star Wars exclusives. There was the Optimus Prime Ghostbusters truck exclusive.
Yes. The Magic the Gathering set.
A couple of Marvel Legends. There were some great Marvel
Legends that we got. Was that Hellfire Club that year? No. That
was the next year.
What Marvel Legend? We got them. What were they? I'm trying to remember. We snagged those motherfuckers.
We snagged everything.
We got everything.
I think it was Incredible Hulk Marvel Legend.
It was a Hulk one.
But there was remember that big display the Hasbro Pulse booth had up?
The big aquarium of all the characters.
It was just a major battle against Doctor Doom.
Yep.
And at his castle, and it was just every Marvel Legend you could think of, just fucking
amazing,
fighting it out.
Amazing.
And they didn't have they had them in displays where you could see a lot of them, but there wasn't the diorama of these guys,
right?
You know.
And it was just and now it was just all that new Jim Caviezel movie.
Yeah, it was just a whole section.
A panel of conspiracy theorists blaming the elite for mining a drug more powerful than heroin from dead children.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Say that out loud. Say that fucking out loud.
Hey, fucking people get bad. I can't believe you're gonna shit on him, even though the message of the movie is a good message and not to. Yeah, I am because it's coming from him. It's a fucking It's propaganda.
He just tweeted Trump is the only one who's going to save the children.
He called Trump Moses. And he's Jesus.
I'm Jesus. You're Moses.
It's fucking propaganda. Everyone knows. Yeah, don't fucking kidnap kids and fucking drink their blood.
You fucking idiots. Nobody's condoning that. You dumb. Not you.
They're going to fucking do an AstroTurf campaign to get the movie to make $20 million every week by buying a bunch of tickets and no one going to see the movie.
No one goes and sees it. So
fuck yourself. Take down the Catholic Church if you want to do something.
Yeah, go. You're going to go after them at all, huh? They're fucking boinking them left and right.
It's a fucking propaganda movie.
Yeah, it's
fucking futards.
Who said it? You said it.
Yeah.
Who said it? You said it. So it was a pretty good week. You know what else happened?
Not bad. What?
I got into Marjorie Taylor Greene again.
Oh, did
it's
you?
Been a long time.
Oh.
But I'm not trying to ruffle Cody's feathers.
Don't.
I'm talking about the original Marjorie Taylor Greene. Your boy started playing Magic the Gathering.
You did.
I am back on the Marjorie Taylor Greene because my cousins were all into it.
And you got back into it.
Want to play.
I got those. I still have my cards. I still have my San Diego Comic-Con 2019 cards.
They're like $250 now.
Yeah.
That's what the
guy. You still have yours? Or did you get rid of them?
Fuck yeah, I still got them.
I gotta get rid of those. I need that cash.
TVG.
Maybe.
TVG.
What would he give me? I
still have all of them. I still have the fucking Captain Marvel Lego, the Lego Minis, the Spider-Man PS5, PS4 Spider-Man.
Yeah, I got that.
Zebra Batman and the Barb from Stranger Things, and then the Captain Marvel Lego, and I still got the fucking Magic cards.
And I got his Chuckles. I got his Chuckles this weekend.
That's all that matters. There it is.
Chuckles.
There it is. Chuckles. Raise the roof. Are we gonna bring that back?
Dude, did you see they released all the Dreadnoughts? That's coming out.
Are they out yet already?
Not yet, but that's one of the things they showed. Like all the rest of the Dreadnoughts, they're releasing the
Big Boa.
The fucking who's the guy with the?
Wait, they already did Boa, didn't they?
They did him, but who's got the Mohawk?
Yes.
Because the only Dreadnoughts they have out right now are Zartan and his sister, Zartana, or whatever her name is.
Boa Dreadnought, the guy with the big crocodile, or is he not a
No, what's his face is Copperhead, I think, is a
cop? And then
he's a dreadnought. But I'm talking about like all the fucking the fucking two guys with the accents.
Ripper and something else.
Ripper and the other guy, the guy with the blonde hair, Buzzer. He's got the chainsaw.
Torch, Monkey Wrench, Thrasher. I remember. I want Road Pig with the. Remember he had the boxing gloves.
Oh yeah, I don't think they have Road Pig yet, but they've released. They're definitely doing Ripper and Buzzer.
Buzzer, that's fucking great. Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah, they had the new GI Joe wave is fucking. They just mentioned it and it looks pretty fucking dope.
The Dreadnoughts, that's fucking. I love it. There it is. I mean, woo. So you went to Comic-Con. I'm back on Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ooh, back up in it.
Back up in it. And then, but regrettably, again, this will be the only ramble for this week. We're sorry, but hey, you can still give us a 5-star rating.
Sure.
We're still going to be back next week.
Right.
It's just, this is, these things happen sometimes.
These things happen, guys. These things
life. So this is Ramble. So before we go, as good as this has been, we do still have.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. It's been so long.
I know.
Skeletor. This week, this past weekend, they had. It was the first time in American movie history that two films opened and one made over 100 million and the other made over 50 million. That's never happened before in the same weekend.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So that's pretty crazy. Has anything like that ever happened in the Eternia movie scene?
Eddie, it's the Big S After Dark, baby. It's a wonderful question, big man. I'm glad you've asked me, baby. You wanna get into the hot tub, by the way? But it's very nice in here, baby.
I really don't.
A lot of good stuff happening in here, No. Yeah, it's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me that, Eddie. And it only happened one time, and it's funny, it wasn't even a movie. But it was the biggest box office weekend in Eternia history for two projects opening. We beat you. They both opened at over $300 million. How about that? And one of them was a chance to see my left nut, and the other was a chance to see my right nut. How about that? Record breaking, because who doesn't want to take a peek at the little gonads on the big S? The big S is gonads. That's what we call them here. It's a very naughty word, gonads. That's what we call them, gonads. And very massive opening, by the way. We had over 44 million people on the first day to see both my left nut and my right nut. And you think, well, it must have been a megaplex or maybe a soccer stadium. Nope, bigger. He-Man's mother's pussy. I can get it. It's so big. It's the only place where all of them can fit. So you can see both my nuts.
All right. Yeah. We know, but we still have to.
Contractual. All right.
Contractual obligations. Hey, everybody. Oh, boy. We weren't asking. Why is he... just because it's after dark. I don't... Why
I think he just thinks the whole After Dark theme lends to his voice.
I enjoyed both of those nuts. Of Skeletors, by the way. Yeah. I choked my dick when I saw him. And choked my dick right on top of a family. All right.
Okay. I don't know
what
why.
that means.
He's got to make it bad, and then he has to make it worse.
Worse. It's a family that I'd already fucked and murdered.
See, he makes it worse within making it worse.
Within making it worse. God. They were tourists. Okay. Jesus. It was a special needs kid who had finally graduated school, and it was a big celebration. All right. Jeez, enough.
Okay, Jim, we got to cut him off.
We have to end this.
Oh, boy, now I'm coming. Oh, man.
Okay.
Jesus, I just filled this hot tub all full of jeans.
All right.
Cinesnob Cody.
Yeah, Cinesnob. Help him out.
Please follow that. Eddie working all the fine folk.
5 days a week, patreon.com, the Ralph Report, Tuesdays, Fridays, Rebel Radio, Wednesdays, Rebel Proper.
There we go. You can find me in the same Ramble locales. You can find these fine just. I'm not Twitch streaming either this week. Probably not until because I think we have more family coming. Thursday and Friday, Andrea's nephew is going to be here. So it's just next week we're all coming back to normal.
Next
but I got my
week,
YouTube
baby.
channel.
Next
if you
week.
happen to be anywhere near San Diego, California, this Wednesday, Eddie Pence and I will be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club.
Starman in the
7:30
Amazon.
p.m. Starman in the Amazon. Right there.
Right there, baby.
Right there.
Right there.
Live. Right there. Right there. All right, we love you all. Stay safe. Thank you for tuning in. We're sorry about this abbreviated Ramble week. We'll be back next week. Take care, everyone. We love you. Bye.